I realized that heartbreak had really become a part of me and my identity. I realized that it actually dictated how I acted and functioned in my day-to-day life. I had been in survival mode for so long. I was used to that pain. Imagine being in something for more than 2 years, you get used to it. It's something that feels like second nature to you. But the difference now is it doesn't stop me from doing things in life. I don't feel pain. I don't cry. They're just thoughts and you're like, wow, this really happened. Wow. Or maybe sometimes you miss someone. I just realized that maybe people that I would hear their names or their voices and feel triggered and go into like shock or anxiety attacks. I didn't feel that way anymore. And all these things weirdly felt weird. But then peace and stability was staring at me in the face. I was saying, why are you here? I don't want you. And when your heart's broken, all you want is peace. You don't want to feel that hurt anymore. And I was experiencing that freedom, but then I did not like it. It made me uncomfortable. I think I have been experiencing some identity crisis, which is weird and even sounds dramatic. Yeah, so from April 2024 to May 2025, emotionally was really like so painful. I've said this before, but it's one of the reasons why I am so proud of that master's, because I almost failed my master's because of heartbreak. I built a YouTube channel out of heartbreak, out of pain. Like, think about it. Most of the videos I made on this channel, if you go down to the beginning, it's all like so. So this video I am making is to officially document the end of an era, of a chapter in my life, which is basically heartbreak. I just want to officially announce into the world and the abyss that I am no longer heartbroken. For the first time in the past 2.5 years to 3 years, I genuinely don't feel heartbroken anymore, and it feels weird to say it. I started noticing this shift over a month and a half ago, but then during that time I didn't feel this happy about it. It felt weird, and then I didn't understand what it was. I didn't understand that, okay, Zainab, you're actually moving on, you're not heartbroken anymore. I just started to feel the sense of peace. I didn't feel pain, I didn't feel chaos, and it felt uncomfortable. It wasn't a feeling I was used to. I wasn't thinking about these people. I wasn't thinking about hurts. I wasn't making up scenarios in my head. After I had spoken to myself about it, I later on realized that, actually, this is because then we don't feel heartbroken anymore. And it took some time for me to get used to that sense of peace, which is a weird thing because whatever we're going through in life, we want peace. But then peace and stability was staring at me in the face. I was saying, why are you here? I don't want you. And when your heart's broken, all you want is peace. You don't want to feel that hurt anymore. And I was experiencing that freedom, but then I did not like it. It made me uncomfortable. But then I asked myself during that period, I was like, why do you feel this way? And I found the answer. The reason why I was feeling that way is because I had been in survival mode for so long. I was used to that pain. Imagine being in something for more than 2 years, you get used to it. It's something that feels like second nature to you. You get used to the pain, you get used to the crying, you get used to pretending like you're okay. And with me, I built so many coping mechanisms. Like, that pain felt like my identity. I built a YouTube channel out of heartbreak, out of pain. Like, think about it. Most of the videos I made on this channel, if you go down to the beginning, it's all like so much. I can't actually watch those videos again, because when I watch those videos, I remember I feel so bad for myself because it was my only way of just releasing the tension and the pain. And with each video, I can remember the backstory behind it. With each video, there's this video where it was a book review, and I remember it was me literally crying for 3 hours on this bed. I remember what triggered that cry, and I remember why I forced myself to record a video. So I say all this to say that I had built a lot of coping mechanisms, and I had gotten so used to that feeling of chaos. The way I coped with it was just talking and processing those feelings on camera. With time, I just realized that maybe people that I would hear their names or their voices and feel triggered and go into like shock or anxiety attacks. I didn't feel that way anymore. And all these things weirdly felt weird. I was just like, wow, interesting. This is healing. Maybe I'm healing now. This is peace. And now it's been almost 2 months since I came to that realization. And I think I kept scanning my thoughts every day and watching myself to see, like, is this really a thing that's happening? Because I'm finding it hard to really believe, am I truly no longer heartbroken? So I want to fully acclaim and declare that on today, the 10th of August, 2025, 4:26 p.m. in the United Kingdom, in the city of Derby, I, Zainab Bello Wurno, is no longer heartbroken and sad. Yes, I said it. So yeah, that was that. So now that I'm no longer heartbroken, what next? How has life been? What do I plan on doing? I think I have been experiencing some identity crisis, which is weird and even sounds dramatic. But then I truly have, even funny enough, like just with my life and my day-to-day activities. But I'll talk about that later. Let's just stick to my baby, something I really love. So my YouTube channel, like I said, was bred and created out of pain and heartbreak, right? And I kept asking myself, when I look at my channel right now, not that I don't like it, but then I feel sad when I look at it. It doesn't represent who I am right now, because now I am happy. Now I am okay. There's just this clearness and light. I don't feel that darkness I used to feel. And I feel like my channel doesn't represent that when I look at the videos, and I want to change that, which is one of the reasons why I am making this video, to fully, so that when you go through that playlist, you can see this video. You won't be seeing those heartbreak or sad videos from me anymore. You might see like thoughts or reflections or things I remember or insights, just those stuff, but then it would never be from a place of so much pain like I felt before. And I also want to acknowledge that sadness would come. Like, in as much as I have said I'm no longer heartbroken, but then there are some times that you think about something and it just feels sad. But the difference now is it doesn't stop me from doing things in life. I don't feel pain. I don't cry. They're just thoughts and you're like, wow, this really happened. Wow. Or maybe sometimes you miss someone, you know? And I actually also want to add that since we've declared the ending, let's talk about the beginning. My first heartbreak was in 2023 and it was in June, literally 3 days after my birthday. I can never forget it, you know? And after that, it just opened up so many, I don't know how, but then, you know, heartbreak just changes how you see relationships and the world and people. So after that heartbreak, I experienced another friendship heartbreak in like 2024. That was during my master's. And funny enough to say that the friendship heartbreak broke me more than the, let's say, romantic one I experienced in 2023. Because I think with romantic relationships, there's always a part of you that thinks, even if you liked the person, there's always maybe that part of you that thinks maybe this would not work out. You know, you always have that at the back of your mind because they're not your father or your mother, like they can live your life. You always think about that. But then with friendships or people like family, you think this is a forever deal. Don't really think in your head, oh my God, like they might leave me one day. Like you don't think about that, you know? So the one that really broke me was the friendship heartbreak that happened in 2024 during my master's. And I can never forget it. I can never forget the month. It was in April and it was literally during like assessments in Bristol, and that really broke me. Oh my God, like saying it now again, I feel so sad again, guys, because I remember, but then not, you know, that really broke me. And it was a friendship heartbreak. And you know, I find it so funny when I think people look at my channel, they might see those sad heartbreak videos and they might think, oh my God, it's because of a man. And genuinely it was a friendship. Like it was a friend, you know, friend/family, you know, friend that you think is family, whatever, or you feel is family or is family, I don't know. Yeah, so from April 2024 to May 2025, emotionally was really like so painful. You know, I've said this before, but it's one of the reasons why I am so proud of that master's, because I almost failed my master's because of heartbreak. I remember rescheduling dissertation meetings with my supervisors because I was crying so much that I could not hold a meeting and I could not talk. So for me, just finishing my master's was not even about passing it academically. It was knowing that I could do something even when I was in pain. I could do something even when I was hurt, even when I felt betrayed or abandoned. I think I have drifted from what this video was mainly about, but that's how most of my videos are, because these are not scripted. It's just me thinking out loud. If you see this, it's my lipstick because I felt like it was too much. So I just did this 2 times to, yeah. One more thing I want to add about this whole not heartbroken anymore is I realized that heartbreak had really become a part of me and my identity. I realized that it actually dictated how I acted and functioned in my day-to-day life. So let me give you an example. It felt like I had the strong motivator. It gives you this energy for me that forces you to do things even when you don't want to do them. You know, feeling heartbroken, but then out of the pain, I'm like, I'm not going to let this thing win. I'm going to apply for this job. It's just those day-to-day things that I wanted to do in my life, actively forcing myself and telling myself that you can do this even if you're feeling this way. You can't let this thing stop you from doing what you want to do. There's just something empowering about being in pain and being heartbroken, but then still forcing yourself to do something and still doing it. But then when that fuel is not there, when that pain is not there, you need a lot of discipline. There's no fuel, there's no emotion, there's no pain. You're happy, you're comfortable, So if it's not something you're really passionate about, and let me give you an example with my life now. The only thing that I do, even when I don't want to do it, or like when I'm not in the mood, or someone doesn't even have to tell me, I don't even have to add it to my to-do list, is YouTube. Editing a video, thumbnail, script, all those things, it doesn't even have to be in my to-do list. It's just second nature to me. But things like sending in like a job application, let's say career reading, career search, self-development stuff, I don't know, for me, even though yes, I want to do better, I want to like achieve my goals, but then now I'm more lax about them. Now I don't really put in as much effort. It takes so much discipline for me to do these things. And it's because there's nothing fueling me. And I know it's so weird to say, because what do you mean by pain and heartbreak is fueling you? But then now it's just, I do it not because of anyone, but because of myself. I have to do it even when I don't want to, even when I don't feel like. There's no one to prove wrong. And not that, I'm not saying that when I was heartbroken, I was trying to prove someone wrong, but then it was just me mentally telling myself that I am proving myself right by being able to do these things, even though this person has put me in this situation. But then when I am not heartbroken and it's just me, it's just boring, like life is boring, there's no pain, nothing. I don't know, I've just struggled with this. I don't know how to explain. Let me not keep repeating myself. I really don't have an articulate way of saying it, but I hope I've been able to explain it to you. But then when I was heartbroken, I felt like I was just more productive. Pain just gave me more productiveness, if that is even a word. But then now that I'm just okay, I'm happy. Like, it's just easier to get into bad habits. It's easier for me to just watch Netflix, be in bed all day because I'm happy, or dance around my room and not send in those job applications. Oh my God, did I tell you guys that I'm now looking, oh God, like life is so crazy. Why don't I ever get a rest? I also have a playlist on my channel where I talk about like, my job searching journey and how I finally got a job, like the rejections and everything. And now how many months into my job, I'm already job searching again. What is this? So I don't have that motivation to send in those applications and everything because life is just comfortable and okay now. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about how like that piece has affected my day-to-day life and just how I see the world and my goals. So yeah, all this was just to say that this change would naturally reflect my channel. It might be in a slow way. I already have things I want to talk about or do. For me, I struggle with, my content is not really educative in the sense that I'm not really trying to educate anyone or teach anyone anything, which is why I have so much slow growth. But then this is what just gives me joy, just talking about my experience and processing emotions. I really love my Bristol videos, but then I'm feeling burnt out with it because it takes me so much energy and time because they're like informational videos. Just can't wait to see my channel truly reflect how I feel right now, because now I feel so happy and I feel at peace and I'm so happy for myself and I am so proud of myself that I am in this stage. I know that I did the work to get here. I processed the emotions. I felt it. I cried through it. I was heartbroken. I crashed out in a healthy way. I don't even know if you can crash out in a healthy way, but I know mine was in a healthy way.